I had a very difficult challenge raising my sons because I was raised in a environment where I had to survive, where I had to be on the streets, where I had to watch my back, where I had to learn those skill sets. And I saw people that were broke. I saw people that were starving, even in America.
Yep.
And I realized I couldn't be like that. So I had to work hard. But my children, I wanted them to have a comfortable lifestyle. I didn't want them to go through those struggles.
Yep.
That's why I worked hard, so
Yep.
they wouldn't have to go
There you
through
go.
it. But then I came to a point where I said, okay, but they're not going to have that hunger. They're not going to be streetwise. They're not going to have that ability to discern between friend and foe because they weren't in those dangerous situations. So what I did is I took them to the streets. I took my sons to places where the homeless were, places where the gangs were.
Why did you do that?
I wanted them to see it because, of course, we live in a nice neighborhood, so they didn't see it in their daily life. But I wanted to take them there. And
What happens if they get to see both instead of just seeing the nice
Because then
place?
they realize that if you don't work hard, you could end up there.
Okay, so that
And
drives the hunger of what are
course,
good. Okay.
And I remember I took my sons, and they were very young, maybe 6 and 4,
Yeah.
very young. And I sat down with a person who was homeless, and we brought food to them, we gave them, and I just told them, hey, tell me about your life. And I told my children, listen, this is school right here, like pay attention. And that person used to have a job, and that person used to live a proper life. But because of riba, they lost their house, they weren't able to make their payments.
Yeah.
From that, their wife left them and took half of whatever they had. And because they didn't have an address anymore and they went to alcohol abuse, they became homeless. So I told them, look, they weren't born homeless. Like they were people that were part of society, but they for certain reasons didn't strive. And when they gave up, this is where you end up. And is that where you want to be? And no, they said, no, they don't want to be there. I said, then you have to work hard in life.
That's a very good example.